G'day guys, rookie entrepreneur. How are you? I've really missed you. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been 2 months. It's been a fair bit's gone on in the last couple of months. On the 1st of January, my youngest boy Arden, he's only 9 months old. He come down very sick. Just first off, looked like a common cold. Had a few doctors look at him, went into hospital, come home again. Next minute he's convulsing, and we had to rush him to hospital. And he'd caught this bacteria that got to his brain. It's called meningitis. Very scary. Spent 4 or 5 days on life support. And this is a time in life when you really reflect and and it's very scary. And when things like that happen, that's where all your attention goes. So we've spent the last few months. So we spent a few weeks in hospital on the first case. We brought him home for a week and a couple of days. And the infection had built up again, and we'd had to rush him back into hospital. So we spent another few weeks in hospital. So that's why I haven't been here. I have missed yous. What I want to talk about today is that just having that perseverance to keep going, even through these hard times. Now, since I've started my YouTube channel, a fair few things have happened to me, and you guys have seen that. I've lost loved ones. I've had a back injury. A lot of things have happened, but you just got to keep persevering. So in those times, trust me, I didn't stop thinking about my business. I didn't stop thinking about people I'd connect with. I made some connections, and I made a big change on some of the people that I interact with on social media. There's a lot of things that get you down. So I was in this very hard time where you're worried about your son's life, his future. Was he going to end up brain damaged, and hopefully everything looks fine at the moment. He's back to his happy self. He's the most happiest baby I've ever seen. I'll show you the little picture of him. He's just always smiling, and he's a great kid, and all my kids are great. But anyway, so I was in this time where I was down, and I thought, just another hurdle. Why is this all happening to me? And it happens to all of us. So don't feel like you're the only one. You're going through these hard times in life. It happens to everyone. So we all go through it, and we've just got to work out a way of getting through that. Being thankful for what we do have. When something like this happens, you just feel so grateful for all your children, for all the ones in your life. And how lucky we are to live in this day and age where there's technology, the hospitals and all the doctors are brilliant in there. If we didn't have that technology, his chances would have been, he'd die straight, sort of thing. So anyway, it makes you reflect on that. But one thing I did notice, so you're in hospital a lot of the time while he's sleeping or he was in his coma, and so you're filling in time, you're on his bedside, and you're going through your social media, and I noticed that everything was negative. A lot of my posts, or the ones that I was seeing that were coming up on my wall from my friends, were negative. And and it just made me think, oh, this gets me down. So here I go, I'm already down as it is, and then I start reading all this negative. What the media does and the news that we watch at home really affects our life and affects the way you feel. It's hard to feel happy when you're seeing all this negative stuff, or feel prosperous, or feel like that you can go somewhere, that your idea or your business as an entrepreneur it's got hope, or give you some determination when you're feeling bad and you're seeing all this bad stuff. Anyway, and it got me thinking, well, here I am, I'm trying to launch my business. I share a lot of these ads and that's about my personal business that I'm getting, Edition Works. And a lot of people don't share my thing. So here they're meant to be friends or acquaintances that you went to school with, or just your general friends that you make. And I thought, why is this the case? Are they truly your friends? And then everything that they post is always negative. So why would they want to post something positive about or help me get going? Because they're down too. Because they're seeing all this negative stuff. And I thought, I really need to change. I need to change my influences, people that I hang around with. And I started looking, and then I do find the positive ones. And I think, well, these are the sort of people that I like. And then you look at their friends and say, look at the stuff they're posting. It was positive. Get up, have a go. These motivational quotes and these businesses of the future. And that's what I need to surround myself. So if you're an entrepreneur, and I've only just started doing it I've made all these friends through these motivational videos and messages that I've seen, and I've made all this different array of friends, and these are the guys who are starting to share my material. And I'm hoping that my YouTube, takes off. There's not much being shared in that now because no one knows me. I've only made a few videos. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm not that successful person. I haven't got that name. But this is my journey, and this is what this is all about. We may look back in 10 years' time, and God forbid I've got 100,000 followers or something like that because I actually made it, and people start watching and they'll watch my journey. But at the moment, I can't let that get me down because it does. And I was this close to giving up. So once my son went in there, I wasn't getting the reactions I was hoping for on social media. I don't have the money to really post and get my material out there, so it's hard, and it really knocks you down. I've sent off my business proposal to a few large companies to jump on board. They're the same. They don't know who I am. I've got some knockbacks, and that's the way it's going to be. If you look at anyone who's made it, Colonel Sanders, he's a great one. He went around to 1,000 restaurants, different people, trying to get someone to back him with his recipe. He was in his 60s or late 60s. And finally someone, so he could have gave up after 100. I mean, I've been set back, I've been knocked back and said no to only about 6 times or 5 times. And that hurts. And it makes you think, is this worth it? I've got all this stuff going on in my personal life. Is this battle really worth it? And it takes a lot to dig deep and go, yes, it is. Because this person, J.K. Rowling's with Harry Potter, she was knocked back by 1,000 publishers. And now look how big Harry Potter is. She was nearly homeless herself. She was broke like me, and like a lot of young entrepreneurs. So you just got to keep digging in, fellas. Change those influences, change those people. I noticed with that social media too, I started reacting to other people's posts, negative posts about what's going on in the world, and started commenting because I do have a feeling about it. But then you're setting that feeling deep in your subconscious. So I've stopped doing that now. I'm deleting my negative posts, and I'm just trying to stay on that positive side. I even don't watch the news at home, like the normal news. I YouTube the good news and keep up to date with those sorts of things. And I listen to a bit of the radio in the car. But it does have a big impact on your life. Don't take it to heart when your friends aren't sharing your material, or so-called friends. They're not probably, when you think about it, if you're not interested in that specific subject, if that doesn't directly affect them or benefit them in any way, why would they? Why would they go out of their way? They've got their things going on in their life. Who knows, what's happening in their personal life. They might be so busy with their own sorts of things. They don't want to be seen on social media sharing all the time, which I believe people should do a little bit more of, especially for small business, to help small business grow. Then the economy grows, there's more jobs out there for people. So, I'm a true believer that entrepreneurship, we all need to support it, these young entrepreneurs. Get behind that, and we'll all end up being wealthy. So anyway, thank you guys. I'm sorry it took so long to get back on track. Like I said, I was this far away from giving up, but that's a part of the game. That's a part of what we do. Get back in the ring. Let's keep going. I'll talk to you next week. Please subscribe. Please share. Patrick beat David. He's awesome. I've really been getting back into his material lately in the last couple of weeks, and just going over some of the videos that I watched before, just picking myself up and changing my approach here and there, how I approach these big companies. And thanks. Good to see you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.